Hi guys, it's Ricky and this is Ricky Reveals. So, this one's deep, guys. I'm feeling it all over my body. And I really feel like this is going to be the most profound message I've done since I started doing this. I mean, it's good. Good things come to those who wait. And those who put their trust in God and not in man, they're the ones that come out on top. Alright, so the whole reason I'm doing this message, or at least doing it at this moment, and how I'm doing it, is because God gave me a word from the Bible. Like, he told me to start this message with Proverbs 12:2. Well, Proverbs 12:2 is, I think, like the shortened version, but I feel like someone needs the entire chapter, so I'm going to just read the entire chapter. So Proverbs 12: Whoso loveth instruction loveth knowledge, but he that hateth reproof is brutish. A good man obtaineth favor of the Lord, but a man of wicked devices will be condemned. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the... okay. I was like, who is that? And I recognize the voice. But the mat of the root of the righteous shall not be moved. A virtuous woman is a crown to her husband, but she that maketh ashamed is as bitter rottenness in his bones. The thoughts of the righteous are right, but the counsels of the wicked are deceit. That right there. That is where so many people get deceived, and so many people do things in the name of God that really don't have anything to do with God. And it's because a lot of churches, God's not in them. Because they're based upon theological principles or the twisting of the scriptures. And they base the whole theology on it. And that's what that church goes by. And it's not of God. But because you're raised in it, or because you feel like the Spirit's there. There's a Spirit there, it just ain't the Holy Spirit. But because you think it's the Holy Spirit, and the people that you respect and admire and love, they're all telling you that this is God and this, that, and the other, when really God's not even there. And so you're respecting it, but the words of the wicked are to lie and wait for blood, but the mouth of the upright shall deliver them. I'm just saying, somebody did some things because their church told them to do it, or the ideas and the philosophies of the church and the advice that they got from the people that they trust. It's from this false doctrine that this church based their theology on. But this person was easily deceived because, well, my church family, they're godly, and we're a church, like, we're of God. Oh. Satan can disguise himself as a beacon of light too, because he still has angel qualities. We really gotta go there. I found this about. Oh, I'm gonna be so mad. Alright. The wicked are overthrown and are not, but the house of the righteous shall stand. A man shall be commanded according to his wisdom, but he that is of a perverse heart shall be despised. He that is despised and hath a servant is better than he that honoreth himself and lacketh bread. A righteous man regardeth the life of his beast, but the tender mercies of the wicked are cruel. He that tilleth his land shall be satisfied with bread, but he that followeth with vain persons is void of understanding. The wicked desireth the net of evil men, but the root of the righteous yieldeth fruit. The wicked is snared by the transgression of his lips, but the just shall come out of trouble. A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth. Hi guys, I magically got a baby. And for someone, you're about to have your first kid and it's going to happen so magically, you're going to feel you magically got a baby. Or maybe you're going to adopt, I don't know. Mwah. Alright, so a righteous man regardeth the life of his beast. Oh wow, I went too far back. But the just shall come out of trouble. A man shall be satisfied with good by the fruit of his mouth, and the recompense of a man's hands shall be rendered unto him. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth unto counsel is wise. A fool's wrath is presently known, but a prudent man covereth shame. He that speaketh truth sheweth forth righteousness, but a false witness deceit. There is that speaketh like the piercings of a sword, but the tongue of the wise is health. The lip of truth shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Deceit is in the heart of them that imagine evil, but to the counselors of peace is joy. There shall no evil happen to the just, but the wicked shall be filled with mischief. Lying lips are an abomination to the Lord, but they that deal truly are his delight. A prudent man concealeth knowledge, but the heart of fools proclaimeth foolishness. The hand of the diligent shall bear rule, but the slothful shall be under tribute. Heaviness in the heart of the man maketh it stoop, but a good word maketh it glad. The righteous is more excellent than his neighbor, but the way of the wicked seduceth them. The slothful man roasteth not that which he took it. The slothful man roasted out not that which he took in hunting, but the substance of a diligent man is precious. The slothful. In the way of righteousness is life, and in the pathway thereof there is no death. So, please, go for yourself, read Proverbs 12. I stumbled over that a lot. But, someone has been lying and living a double life, and they can't do it anymore. But, they're going to find out. They had to lose their religion in order to find God. And the next 24 hours, it's going to be absolutely amazing for someone. Because they're going to finally be a true child of God that is saved in the blood. Their entire life they thought they were saved. And they really weren't. But God's about to give them the crown of life in the next 24 hours. They will know Jesus firsthand and they will have salvation. And they're going to help someone else speak to a flock of people who, had they not gotten the message, would have went to hell. Because they've spent their entire life thinking they were saved when they really weren't. Okay, do another prayer. Hang on. I'm just being told to go back to it. Oh no. Matching red outfits are significant. Even though these girls aren't twins, I instantly went to twins. Because they both have blonde hair, they're both wearing red, they're both about the same height. And I believe they're actually standing outside of a church. That's funny. Something to do with rock wall or rock well or rock climbing. Someone's feathers are really ruffled right now. Someone's really, really not happy because they know that I'm speaking truth and they know the power they had over someone is no more. A good man obtaineth favor of the Lord, but a man of the wicked devices will he condemn. A man shall not be established by wickedness, but the root of the righteous shall not be moved. It's our heart that deceives us, not our mouth. The birth of a lie is in the heart, not in the tongue. And that's why God, I asked you in prayer before we started this. Please give me the right words. Please do not let me say something that does not deliver the message you want delivered. Hi, woman. Never mind. Someone destroyed someone or tried to destroy someone in the name of God. They demonized someone. They slandered them. They lied on them. They did character assassination. They did everything they could to ruin this man's character. In the name of God. Like, in the name of the church. Like, and... Baby. Somebody's getting distracted too. There was a woman sitting to distract this man. But there was someone who never knew love. And God sent them an angel. God sent them someone to love them, to an answered prayer. But this didn't show up in the package that this person thought it would. But even though it didn't, this person still embraced this other person, and they shared a love and a bond that nobody but them and God understood. But through the lies of Christians and the deceitful plans and plots of people with wicked hearts, these two men were lied to, and the most was done to turn these two men against each other. And God was used for almost all of it. Used as the reason to, like... what, woman? But for the one, God was, his family and friends and everything. Like, that's not godly. This is blah, blah, blah. And they literally almost turned a soon-to-be angel into a demon. Or that's what they were trying to do, one or the other. And this person went and damn near Or, I mean, he wouldn't have accomplished it because God had this person's back, but did everything they could. Lied, stole, cheated, did everything to make this person basically fall into a pit and be forgotten about. And kill, I mean, like, not kill them, but you know what I mean? Like, kill off any way they had of ever being fruitful or prosperous. They wanted this person to look like a lazy, broke, busted, and disgusted person. And they actually used the name of God to do it. Well, God said, you know what? Because this isn't the first time that this has been done. And throughout history, this has been done over and over and over again. People generating hate and lies and deceits and using God to do it. Using the scriptures, twisting them, and believing what other people say instead of actually calling out to God themselves. And God said, I'm done. You are the one that I've chosen for this. And it's going to be hard, but I will not leave you. I will not forsake you. And there will be a very, very great reward when you get through this. This is to the one that did it, that got betrayed. And that one trusted God. They had faith. But they had taken periods of their life where they went and they were alone. They went into solitude. They had nothing but the Bible. They had, like praise and worship music. They prayed, they meditated, and they didn't speak to other humans. They fasted. They did their best to, I don't know where you think you're going, but you ain't going nowhere. They did their best to detoxify their mind, body, and spirit, and their soul. And through this, they actually developed a very good relationship with God. But to the outside world, to hypocrites and people who say one thing and do another, and people who go to church on Sunday morning, even though the Bible don't say nothing about that, the ones that are pledging allegiance to the Catholic Church and to Satan himself, because if you were pledging allegiance to God, you'd be there Saturday morning. Just saying. But this person, to the average Christian or whatever, people that think they're so godly, this person's evil. They're a sinner. We gotta get rid of that one. But let me tell you something. The ones throughout history that we had to get rid of, Abraham Lincoln, John Kennedy, Martin Luther King, Jesus Christ. The ones that had to be, we gotta get rid of them, were the ones that were here to spread the truth and spread love. So be wary of the mobs going after somebody. We gotta get rid of them. Because that's usually the one that God sent. And the enemy knew it, and the enemy's trying to destroy them from fulfilling their purpose. Mwah. All right. What, baby? Belief. If you instruct the brethren in these things, you will be a good minister of Jesus Christ, nourished in the words of faith and of the good doctrine, which you have carefully followed. 1 Timothy 4:6. To all who did accept him and believe in him, he gave the right to become children of God. John 1:12. All things are possible to him who believes. Mark 9:23. Have you believed because you have seen me? Blessed are those who have not seen and yet have believed. John 20:20. I can't tell if it's 20:23 or if it's 22 and 3. So for your reference, just check them both because I can't tell what it says. I'm getting kind of... Baby... I believe you, Lord my God, and the firmness of your will. I put my faith in you that you have established your creation according to your plan. And according to the same will, you will restore all who put their trust in you. I am strengthened by the message of your power and the good news of redemption you have established through Jesus' first coming, merciful one. I pray that you will strengthen me against my unbelief and those times when my focus drops from the certainty of you and is drawn away into the wayward circumstances of this life that war against my believing in you, your promised redemption. Act in accordance with the power of your Holy Spirit to strengthen my belief in you and the power you will escort to fulfill your great redemption promise. How can you strengthen your belief in God? Well, I can tell you one thing. Strengthening your belief in God is limiting your belief in other people, what other people have to say. Okay. So I just got someone's mother told a lie to separate people, these two people, and they're going to finally tell the truth. I can't make it up. And it could honestly be both mothers. But there was at least one of them they realize what they've done. And it could be a fire sign's mother, or the mother could be a fire sign. But they realize what they've done, and they want to make it right. Because they realize how awful it really was. They shouldn't have done it, and they know that now. Vacation. You will be traveling soon. You don't want to travel? You don't want to go on vacation? Baby, please stop. I'd set you on the floor, but then you get into something else that you don't need to get into, so... Divorce. Experiencing a breakup. I think somebody was either coaxed into a marriage because of religious beliefs, or somebody was manipulated into staying into a marriage because of religious beliefs. But somebody's definitely going to go on vacation after they get this divorce, or somebody is trying so hard to stop this message and stop somebody from following their heart and what God's told them to do. Okay. So, somebody was either drawn into a marriage because of a lie, or somebody was manipulated into staying into a marriage because of a lie. And it's because somebody did not want to lose their money. And this could be either way too. This might be a male gold digger. Honeymoon phase, attending someone's wedding. Could be with a Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, or you are a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. I don't care who you are, or how much money you've got, or what race you are, what sex you are. If you married for anything other than love, you are destroying your own life. communication. There's communication coming in. And I think one of the reasons I was drawn to Proverbs, the reason why like I was drawn to 12:2 and not the whole thing, I think tomorrow's going to be a very special day. It's either somebody's birthday, somebody's getting married, or someone that you should have been married to a long time ago is going to communicate with you. No, it's not the right time. Water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Oh. And Mercury retrograde, which is kind of funny because I did have 2 phone calls today that I didn't get. My phone did not ring at all. I just popped up later that I had a missed call from such and such number. They were both 913 numbers though, so. And I don't know. I tried calling one back and I got nothing. But that is funny. Yeah, somebody's doing everything they can to keep the two of you from communicating because they know once you guys communicate, it's over. I mean, they already know it's over, but this person is just because they know it's over, and I think this person knows that they've done too much and they pretty much have sealed their fate. They're not going to stop because why stop now? Because I lose regardless. So why not take it to the death? Date night. Get ready to be wined and dined. Challenges. Make a decision. Work on inner healing. And distance. You and your partner may be physically or emotionally distant. And it's because of a liar. Oh, wow. I mean, that's the liar. I was going to ask who is the liar, and literally I looked over there, and I was just told that's the liar. So somebody with the name Kim did some really evil, nasty, deceitful shit and used the word of God and the name of God to do it. Because she didn't want to be broke. She didn't want to be left out in the cold. She worked with 2 other people to do it. She lied, she stole, she deceived. Okay. Focus. I'm getting my stomach, I feel like I want to throw up. Somebody, either while they're watching my video, the whole life just flashed before their eyes because I'm telling their story, or somebody is getting cold feet, or somebody got left at the altar. Somebody threw up, right? And the fact that they threw up is the reason why they stopped doing what they were about to do. Somebody almost destroyed their entire life. But God, the Holy Spirit, came in at the last moment and it just made them sick, physically sick, and it stopped them from doing whatever it was they were going to do. Because whatever it was they were going to do, they weren't going to be able to come back from it. Arizona is really significant. Divine guidance. I can't make it up. So somebody could be a Taurus. Somebody could be born in May. Somebody could be a life path 5. The search for the meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. Well, this is a lesson to someone. You can't believe people in trusted roles. Some people have integrity until they get to become the deacon, the pastor, the bishop, the president of the United States. They have integrity on their way up. But the minute they get to that seat or that title, the enemy comes in and says, hey, how you doing? Want to have a glass of wine with me? And offers them whatever it is that they're tempted by, and wraps it up in a pretty little package, and I'm not going to say sell their soul. I don't like that, because you can't sell something that's not yours, and your soul's not yours, it's God's. But they make a compromise that basically there's no coming back from it, because it's just that detrimental to their character. When we're not true to ourselves, and we're not true to the still small voice inside. Every compromise we make, and every little white lie we tell, or everything that we do that is not in our true authenticity, our true character, is a little bit. It's like someone taking a chisel and just chiseling away at somebody's heart, or at their soul, or at their moral compass. And a lot of those, just like a razor cut, put a Band-Aid over it. A couple hours later, you never knew you cut yourself. But things like a bullet wound sometimes are instantly fatal. So it depends on what you're compromising, what you know to be true, and what you are, even though you know you shouldn't do it because of such and such and such. And see, I feel like there's more grace and mercy to people who make a choice that they know they shouldn't make, but they have no, they're not able to see any of the future consequences of their choice. Now, and that's what I'm talking about when people get to these positions of power and stuff, when the devil comes in and offers them that glass of wine, they know the severity of the choice that they're making. They know that by me doing this, 100 million people are going to die. By me doing this, there's going to be 12 million souls that are going to be burned in the lake of fire. There's grave consequences, and those people still chose to do what they did. They didn't care that 100 million people were going to die. They didn't care that 10 billion people were going to go to hell, as long as they got whatever the compromise was. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about. When you've got that kind of a greedy heart, there's almost nothing you wouldn't do. And I'm not saying that because God can do anything. God is a God of the impossible. But when you are that compromised, things are, well, it's going to be a little bit harder for you to get signed, sealed, delivered, and sanctified. Yeah. Somebody did something, and it changed the other person somebody did something that directly destroyed somebody's life, or that was the intention of it. And this person knows what was done and knows who did it and why, and it completely changed their perspective on that person, on their entire life. That's, I think, why they're able. It's why they're going to have a meeting with Jesus, because literally this person is finding out that the person they thought could do no wrong was actually a fraud, a sham. They were a two-faced, lying, greedy gold digger. And it's shattering this person. But when they have their come to Jesus moment, they're going to be restored. And so that they're going to be better than they were. They just have to get through that darkest night. The darkest hour is right before the dawn. The Empress. 3. So December 3rd, May 12th, March 18th, January 3rd, May 15th. Justice is coming in for this person right here. This, and honestly, it might be the person that told the lie, telling on themselves they can't handle the guilt anymore. That gives this person the new perspective. But it also allows for not all to be lost. Because with this person, whoever the liar is, this is something they've never done before. Like, they've been lying their entire life to everyone and anyone, even themselves. And they believe what they're, well, even if they don't believe it, they're not going to tell you. Like, they will not, this person's never ever told, hey, I lied. I did something wrong. This person's never taken accountability. So, it's going to mess this person up that is getting told, or that's realizing that someone they trusted with all their heart, mind, and soul is not who they thought they were. But the fact that they took accountability without like being made to, like, well, I don't think God was going to let it go until they did, but he didn't make them. God doesn't force us to do anything. But the fact that they did come and do the right thing, I think it's going to allow for some kind of new foundation to be built upon. Somebody is definitely in their power. The Star. A dream come true, believing yourself, the end of a difficult situation. The power of love is the most powerful force in the entire universe. By you believing in love and believing in the greater good of humanity and believing in God and trusting in God and letting God do his job and not trying to get in the way because you think he needs a middleman. And then you wind up doing your will, not God's, because if you truly trusted God and you truly knew that he is the be-all, end-all, you would know better. You would just, it may hurt to watch somebody you love go through certain things, but you also know that some of us are hard-headed enough that where that's the only way God was going to get to them, and you would not step in the way. But the ones that do step in the way are the ones that are full of pride, especially when they use lies and manipulation to get whatever their will be done. So, there's been a very long, painful cycle. And for someone, it's been their entire life. That's why it's going to be this person's going to be unrecognizable in the next 72 hours. Even to themselves. But it's going to be the greatest gift ever given. The gift of love, restoration, and faith. Especially to someone who's never had it. Change your life. 16. A sudden revelation that offers freedom. Break free of procrastination. Embrace the opportunities that change brings. Don't fear change. Embrace it. All we have is this moment. You can't change what's been done, and you can't stop what's coming. You can possibly change the future, but you can't know it until all we have is this moment. Someone who's been held down and held back their entire life someone who was taught to hate themselves at a very young age, someone who really loved the people around them and did everything they could for everyone that was around them, parents, siblings, cousins, co-workers, schoolmates, lovers. Someone has spent their entire life going above and beyond to show other people love while hating themselves the entire time and wondering why love was never shown to them. Vibration and energy are frequencies. If you are throwing out to the universe that you hate yourself and that you don't deserve love and that you don't deserve anything, that's what the vibrational match the universe will send back to you. So no matter how hard you try to love people, they're going to hate you because you hate yourself. Or, I mean, they're not going to treat you right. And you're going to get used. Even though you're coming from a true place of authentic, sincere love, and you're showing them true, unconditional love, because you're not showing it to yourself, they are mirroring back to you what you need to know so that you can evolve and be better. So until you truly begin to showing yourself unconditional self-love, you're never going to find someone like you. Because you're throwing out there, you don't deserve someone like you. And you really do. You really, really do. You're beautiful on the inside and out. And it's just fucked up that everyone that should have loved you told you the opposite your entire life. No matter how hard you tried, no matter how talented you were, how beautiful you were, no matter whatever you did, the people that were supposed to love you the most were the ones that told you weren't shit. It's a new day. But in order for you to really turn that page and end the cycle of self-hate, you got to really love yourself. It's the only way it ends. I'll see you guys in the next video.